Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week 3 in the PPL. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings, and I got to be honest, after last week, I'm not feeling so hot, but we're looking to bounce back this week. We got, depending on how the thumbnail looks after the fact, there may already be some spoilers, and if not, we'll talk about it now, but there have been some free agency transactions following week 2. I felt like I was playing on the right foot. I felt like I tried to play a little aggressively when I didn't need to try to make up for lost ground, and unfortunately led us to a 5-0 loss. So we are now currently 0-2 minus 10. So we do have a little bit of a steeper hill to climb, getting back into playoff contention, but I'm confident that we can do that. So as I said, there were some free agency transactions that were made, so if you want to hop right on ahead to the Teambuilder, there will be some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production. If you want to check that out, because we're playing Gravy, I love her to death. I'm looking for a good match, and if you don't care about the free agency transactions or the Teambuilder, you can skip right on ahead of the battle. That timestamp will be somewhere floating on screen in post-production as well. But as always in free agency, we can't always do tit for tat. Now, there were some Pokemon that I had initially drafted that I felt I might have been a little greedy about drafting, and I feel like that there were some Pokemon that were recently made available through free agency that I wanted to pick up because I thought that they were really good. I have used them before in some capacity. They haven't been, there was a draft that I had done off camera, essentially to where I used this Pokemon that I felt I was, I liked it. I liked what it did. I liked the utility that it provided, but it also provided me a different angle as far as offensive Pokemon go. And then, of course, because you drop one Pokemon, you can't always do tit for tat, dropping one, fire ghost type for another fire ghost type, let's say. So you can sometimes, but that's not what we did here. So unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to Azure Blade, the Quaquaval, and Dune Reaper, the Crocodile. Quaquaval was fun. I liked Quaquaval. I don't think it's my type of Pokemon. I think I clicked Rapid Spin and Aqua Step with it a lot, and that was it. I really would have liked to do more with it, maybe with Wave Crash, maybe through a setup dance, but with this Mon that became available, like I said, I really liked it. I think that we have a lot of physical pressure on our team in one fashion or another that Quaquaval might have, done a little bit the same with, so I think we've got some good utility there. And then with Crocodile, like I said, there is some opportunity for us to make some additional changes that is going to help out the team. We are losing one rocker, we are picking up another rocker in that transaction. I like Crocodile, I like the utility that provides with things like Intimidate, I like my immunities, things along those lines, but in order to make a more balanced trade, that's what we had to do. So first Pokemon that we picked up, by the time you guys are seeing this, the SPL Almost Any Ability Draft Analysis has gone up. So coming over from that team, we do have Tide Reaver, the Hisuian Samurott. Now, Hisuian Samurott does have its normal abilities in this league, of course, with Torrent and Sharpness, but very, very fantastic Pokemon. It's got some great offense in 108 attack, 100 special attack, speed tier 85, so nothing too crazy. It is a dark type, so it does give us that psychic immunity. Of course, it's the sharpness ability is boosting those slicing blade type moves by an additional 50%, so it's got a built-in choice band on some of these moves, which is great. And of course, its signature move, Ceaseless Edge, being able to set up spikes while doing a tremendous amount of damage from a dark type move, which is super, super awesome. So very happy to have that on the team. I'm really looking forward to it. That was the Mon that became available where I was like, I don't have spikes. We should. Let's talk about this. So very excited to have Tide Reaver on the team. And the next, like I said, we did trade a rocker for a rocker. We have a ground type, but most notably, I did not have ice coverage. I did not have reliable ice coverage outside of like Ice Beam on Alomomola or Terra Ice on anything else. So we grabbed Frostbringer, the Mamoswine. Now, Mamoswine I have used very briefly in a prior SPL season. It is a very, very fun Mon in my opinion. Just 130 base attack. Tied for highest attack next to Scissor, which is gross. Little bit of a middling speed tier at base 80, so might need a choice scarf or might be one of those like kind of mid game wall breakers, but I love it. I think it's a great Mon. I think with Stealth Rock, just hard slamming EQs, priority and Ice Shard. You've got the ability to set up speed with Trailblaze. You can set up with things like Curse. Thick Fat ability gives it, of course, the fire and ice kind of dampening. Damage wise, you've got Snow Cloak, which isn't allowed unfortunately, but you also have Oblivious, being immune to being intimidated, being immune to being taunted, things along those lines. So I've got my built-in mental herb. I can go on ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. I don't have to worry about any sort of intimidators kind of dampening my style. I can just go on ahead and keep going on the offense with it. But those are going to be the transactions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. We're going to shift gears into the team builder portion of the video. So again, if you want to hop ahead to the battle, timestamps are in the description, but we're going to go on ahead and start talking about that. And you guys are going to start seeing some teams appear on screen right about now. Gray has a team that consists of Darkrai, Sneasler, Ceruledge, Zapdos, Blastoise, Gardevoir, Rillaboom, Flygon, Berserker, Metang, and Porygon. Some things to note about her team is that Ceruledge, Flygon, and Berserker are the Terra captains. From a speed perspective, of course, Dragapult does outspeed everything very, very naturally, and we were able to pick up a very, very prominent Ice type, which handles a lot of the weaknesses that are on her side of the field. Other than that, as far as hazards go, you know, some reliable rockers with Berserker, Flygon. I don't think Metang shows up, so could have rocks on Berserker, could have rocks on Flygon, could have Toxic Spikes on the Sneasler as well. Only form of removal is the Blastoise, so that is going to be her team. Let's start talking about our team, what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. Like I said, after last week's battle against Stomp Fanatic, I feel like I really wanted to sit back and be like, God, how have I feel week one was truly like a rough matchup, right? I feel like with mons like Dragapult and Enamorus and stuff like that, I feel like there was just like, that was such a better, like, it was a really good team going into mine. So I felt a little bit like that was rough. And, you know, and Frito played very well. And just, you know, I don't want to say it was just the team comp. Obviously, the coaching goes into that. But I think my team comp is really well. So that means I need to reflect on me as a coach. Like, how do I play? So I'm kind of getting, like, I feel like I've been maybe a little too aggressive. I've tried to make, like, too many cool predictions because all the kids are evolving in Draft League, and I feel like the old head in Draft League these days. So I want to kind of get back to my roots and just play how I know I can play and play consistently with that. So first thing that comes to mind is just outspeed everything and punch them where they can't protect. So the first Pokemon that we are bringing is Sentinel the Magneton. Now they're holding a Choice Scarf with the Analytic ability. We have Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, and Steel Beam. 28 EVs in defense, 252 in special attack, 228 in speed with a timid nature. With 228 in speed with the timid nature, we are outspeeding the entirety of Gray's team, which is great. The only mons that really like want to take a hit from this thing are going to be Rillaboom and Flygon. Flygon, of course, being immune to it, Rillaboom resisting it. Other than that, as far as the electric resistances go, they don't exist. So being able to get the fast Volt Switches and Thunderbolts off are going to be really nice. Flash Cannon is there really is like a middling ground end game move if I need to lock myself into it. And then Steel Beam just being 140 base power, just a very, very strong, hard-hitting move on top of Stab. There are a few steel resistances on her team, you know, the Ceruledge, the Zapdos, the Blastoise, Berserker, and Metang. But if we're up against and we need to really like remove Rillaboom, or we really need to remove a Pokemon, or just get some gigantic damage off, also with the damage recoil allowing us a little bit maybe more of a safer switch into one of these Pokemon, that's really what Steel Beam is there for. I'm looking forward to it. In prep, it has gone really well. Shout out to everybody who's joined the Detroit Steel Wings and Rochester Rhydon's dual front office. I certainly appreciate the help, as I just find myself incredibly busy alongside 2 draft leagues, which I told myself I'd never do again, but here we are. Really, really looking forward to this. Next Pokemon we are bringing is Lifebinder, the Alomomola. She is holding her Assault Vest with the Regenerator ability. We have Scald, Flip Turn, Ice Beam, and Psychic. Max investment in HP, 40 in defense with a Bold Nature, 24 in special attack, 192 in special defense. Very, 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 very bulky Pokemon. Take some good hits physically after we tear her from things like Sneasler, from things like the Rillaboom, depending on the Ceruledge if it does want to show up. Flip Turn gets some nice, really slow momentum. So we've got a fast Volt Switch, we've got a slow Flip Turn, which is really good. Ice Beam, again, as I touched on a little bit earlier in the video, you know, there's a pretty prominent ice weakness there. So being able to Ice Beam things like Zapdos, Flygon, and Rillaboom for some super effective damage will be nice. Psychic is there because we can take a hit from the Sneasler and then turn around and OHKO it with a 4 times effective move. But I'm really looking forward to this. We do want to make sure, obviously, that if there are any sort of hazards, we kind of play nicely around those, because once we Terastallize into a bug type, we're taking 25% on entry, which kind of mitigates the whole Regenerator getting back a third of our health rounded down thing. Next up, we're bringing 2 Pokemon brand new off the bench. We already have Magneton, and now we are bringing Inkhex the Grafaiai. Now, he's holding his Mirror Herb with the Unburden ability. Encore, Parting Shot, Gunk Shot, and Acrobatics. Max HP investment, 80 EVs in attack. 176 in speed with a Jolly Nature. At 176 in speed with a Jolly Nature, we're outspeeding base 100s and below. So Zapdos, Flygon, everything else. We're not outspeeding Darkrai and Sneasler. What I really like about Grafaiai is that it does resist. So the Ceruledge can be very, very tricky and sneaky with the Ghost type moves. So a normal type is always good. I think a grounded poison type in case of any sort of toxic spikes from Sneasler are going to be nice. I think the disruption that this Pokemon provides, we're naturally fast, so I don't see the need for Prankster. especially because our Prankster moves can't affect Darkrai. So if we can get any sort of a, like a parting shot off on a switch, normally if they swapped in Darkrai on the parting shot, that wouldn't work. But because we're not running that Prankster ability, we can go ahead and still get that parting shot off. We have a very fast Encore, and the idea here is to, something like a Swords Dance Ceruledge, a setup like a Dragon Dance Flygon, something like that. We can go on ahead and Encore and lock them into that. We'll get our Mirror Herb boost, which is then also going to proc our Unburden. So we're going to copy whatever their boosts are, get our double speed as well, and then we're going to have some very strong hitting moves in the forms of Gunk Shot and Acrobatics. So Encore and Parting Shot, kind of some good mid-game kind of disruption. Gunk Shot and Acrobatics. I mean, Gunk Shot hits very, very hard into the majority of her team. The guard, or excuse me, the Ceruledge and the Sneasler resisted. Acrobatics is going to hit both of those wonderfully. Flygon resisted. The Acrobatics is going to hit that wonderfully. If either of the Steel types show up, could be a little bit problematic, but Berserker's not really known for its bulk. So, as worst case scenario, we can always end up Parting Shot on something like Berserker or Matang if they decide to show up. Next up, we are bringing Voidworm the Dragapult, and they are holding their Choice Band with the Infiltrator ability. I'm not playing around anymore with these Life Orb tee-hee-ha-ha sets. I'm clicking Choice Banded moves, damn it. We have the Infiltrator ability, so that way we are able to, there's no form of webs, there's no Intimidate, so I didn't see the need of running Clear Body. Infiltrator for any screens, any sort of substitutes. We are faster than the entirety of her team, and then a little bit of speed on top of that, which is great. Anything creeping like a creep on Dragapult will be able to outpace that. Outrage, Dragon Darts, U-Turn, and Quick Attack, 120 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 136 in speed with the Jolly Nature. Outrage and Dragon Darts are my move of choice, provided Gardevoir does not show up. Outrage is great. Banded Outrage on 120 attack is just going to be great burst damage. Dragon Darts is there. In practice, Static Zapdos has punished me quite a bit, so I don't really want to click Banded Outrage unless Zapdos is gone, or if I feel very confident that it's going to secure the KO on it. But otherwise, Dragon Darts is doing a lot. Dragon Darts also breaking any sort of sashes on some of the weaker mons that a Banded Dragon Darts could potentially pick off. U-Turn is great for the momentum. We've got the fast Volt Switch, the slow Flip Turn, the Parting Shot. We've got the U-Turn on this. You're seeing a trend here. And then Quick Attack, I really couldn't find another fourth move that I wanted on Dragapult. Quick Attack to me felt really nice because in the instance of something like a low HP Dragapult versus a Rillaboom at low HP, if we're able to get the Quick Attack off to avoid the Grassy Glide, we can do that. It supersedes Darkrai's Sucker Punch as well, which is really nice. So if Darkrai is bringing Tech Sucker Punch, we can go for a Quick Attack, do about, I think, like 30% or so, depending on the build. But I really like it. I really like it. Like I said, this is meant to be kind of just a just burst damage with things like Outrage if we need to. Some Banded U-turns are going to hit really nicely as well. Next up, we are bringing a newcomer to the team, Frostbringer the Mamoswine. He's holding his AV with the Thick Fat ability, High Horsepower, Ice Shard, Icicle Spear, and Trailblaze. We have 136 EVs in attack, 132 in special defense, 240 in speed with an Adamant Nature. With this spread, we're hitting the same speed tier as Magneton, so after a Trailblaze, we're outspeeding the entirety of Gray's team. 136 attack with an Adamant Nature. We're actually hitting just a few points harder than max attack Jolly would be. And then the 132 EVs in special defense really help to bolster that Assault Vest that we've got. Helps us to take on, most notably, things like Zapdos. Zapdos was kind of problematic going into this team. Special attack, a max special attack Timid Hurricane has a chance to 3-hit KO us, whereas max rolls or high rolls on Icicle Spear is able to knock out Zapdos from full. Ice Shard's great for the priority. No Earthquake this week because there is the threat of Earthquake, which is dampened in the grassy terrain, so we are bringing high horsepower. Trailblaze is nice for super effective coverage into Blastoise on that switch if we want to make that prediction. Also, like I said, does bring us up to +1 speed, so if there is something like an unboosted Sneasler running around, no Scarf Mons, things like that, we're able to outspeed the entirety of the team, hit really hard with things like high horsepower and Icicle Spear. And last but not least, we have Heartblight the Enamorous. She's holding her Wakan Berry with the Cute Charm ability. We have Moonblast, Psychic, Agility, and Calm Mind. 60 EVs in HP, 240 in special attack, 208 in speed with a Timid Nature. In practice, this Mon blows things backwards out of the water with Moonblast. I love it. Resisted hits still do like 40%, which is gross. The idea behind this is that we're outspeeding everything barring Sneasler and Darkrai. Darkrai can hit us with a Sludge Bomb or something like that. Sneasler, of course, can hit us with like a Dire Claw or a Gunk Shot if it so chooses to. So the idea is to kind of get a little bit better of a grasp on those faster Mons, maybe kind of weaken them down, wear them down a bit, or find an opportunity to go for an Agility with Enamorous. Alternatively, if we can get those fast Pokemon out of the way and we're left with slower Mons, we have the ability to go for a Calm Mind, boosting our special attack even further. Wakanberry is really there for things like Terra Electric Cerulege if it shows up, Zapdos going for any sort of electric move into us, things along those lines. Allowing to just kind of sponge those hits just a little bit better. Maybe a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch. We're able to get a Calm Mind in front of, eat that because of the Wakanberry, and then turn around and knock it out with a +1 Moonblast. So Moonblast, like I said, goes really hard into the team, barring the Steel types. Psychic is knocking out Sneasler in every universe imaginable. So that is going to be the team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys at the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week 3 in the PPL. We're going up against Gray. Definitely go check out her channel. Link will be in the description, as well as the rest of the PPL coaches. You guys didn't watch the team builder or watch me clear my throat just then and there. You guys see the 6 that I am bringing on the screen. Leave a like if you're excited. Subscribe for more Draft League content, and I'll see you at team preview. All right, let's see what she's bringing. We do see Cerulege, and she did confirm that it is Terra Grass. No Flygon makes me feel nice. We see the Blastoise. We do see the Gardevoir show up. No Darkrai is not something that I expected, quite honestly. Normally I see people bring their first picks overall. So definitely threw me for a loop. So let's understand a little bit about what they got. So, good defensive backbone in Zapdos and Rillaboom, with Blastoise. So offense could come from Sneasler, Gardevoir, and Cerulege. Mamoswine kind of pokes a lot of holes into the plan, into their plan rather. And I truly believe just leading off with Magneton is going to be the best bang for our buck here. Just to be able to get some good damage off on things. Grafaiai definitely can help out if it is like an SD Rillaboom. You know, we can help out with there. No steel types, so meaning if I can weaken Zapdos, like a pinch, Grafaiai does do a lot of stuff if we're able to do any sort of shenanigans with Mirror Herb, and I wanted to make sure I was recording. Mirror Herb and Unburden. So, yeah. I think, let me double check. She said grass. Yes, grass Cerulege. Okay. Okay, not electric. I was definitely thinking electric, but grass Cerulege makes sense with just kind of some team changes that we had here. All right. Week 3, baby. Let's get it. I'm excited. Shout out to Greedent. Gray is the one who has gotten me to draft Greedent in like every draft league that I've gotten it in. Hey, it's me, that guy you were just watching, here to tell you that this video is sponsored by Advance. As a dad, somebody who works full-time, as a husband, as somebody who runs 2 YouTube channels and live streams, I don't have enough time in the day, but I can make the most out of my time with just a little bit of help from one of the best products on the market. Advance has a bunch of different lines of products, including their Focus Blend, which just came out with a new flavor, Peach Rings. It's fantastic. That helps me power through my editing, helps me get up early in the morning, helps me stay up late at night to crack out all the content that you deserve while still being the best I can be around the house. They also have a hydration line as well for those of you, and I'm looking for it on my desk, those of you who aren't looking for any sort of caffeinated products but still want to make sure that you're being the best self that you can be. I love the hydration. I'm currently drinking some Peach Mango right now. Just got my Joey Pokeaim shaker filled with that, trying out the Peach Rings Focus, and then also I'm very excited to try White Gummy Bear and Strawberry Lemonade Focus as well. It is a caffeinated product, so if you're under the age of 18, consult a parent or guardian before purchasing. Otherwise, click the link in my bio or head to usecodecbad.com to try yours today. Big thank you to Advance for sponsoring this video. Now back to Pokemon. It is interesting. Sneasler. Okay. Sneasler leads off. I don't have nicknames on. Oh no, that's because I was at a regional. I don't have my nicknames on. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'm clicking Volt Switch. We'll find out right now if it's Scarf Sneasler or not. That'll give us some good intel. Because obviously a close combat. U-turn. All right, beautiful. You are Scarf. I assume Poison Touch then. Good intel. Good intel. Okay. I like that. Goes on to Rillaboom. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love that. I love that for us. Okay. We'll get a Volt Switch off here. Oh. Hello, Assault Vest. Wow. Okay. Hello, Assault Vest. Yeah. So... No rockers. No rockers. I want Terra on a Alomomola as quickly as possible then. I want Terra on a Alomomola as quickly as possible. And I'm gonna toss off an Ice Beam just to get as much damage on this thing as I can. Yeah, no, that has to be Assault Vest. If Volt Switch only did, like, with the analytic boost, yeah, you have to be Assault Vest. You have to be. So we're going to tear a bug off here. Goes for the U-turn. Okay. Did 449. Yeah, okay, so like max attack investment. Here comes the Zapdos. Some damage. We'll take some damage here. Now, I don't mind going for a flip turn here, because a Hurricane should not knock me out. Just goes for U-turn. Okay. Lots of pivot. Okay. Lots of pivoting. 3 Mons have U-turn. She is dancing all over me right now. But the good news is that I feel like with the Assault Vest, like, Grafaiai could come in. And just click Gunk Shot. Right? Yeah, I mean, Gunk Shot's doing a lot of damage. Let's go to it. Yeah, I mean, max HP 72 to 86. You're sitting at like 90-ish or so. So, alternatively, could go for a parting shot here, which I don't hate. Yep, withdraws Rillaboom. We'll keep up the momentum here. Doesn't want to take the Gong shot. Goes out into Sneasler. Oh, good, 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 good. I'll take that. Let's dance. Let's dance. Got no Mola. Gonna click flip turn. It's gonna be great. A Psychic would go crazy here, but I'm not going to. There's Poison Touch. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. That's bound to happen. Good news is we can't get Static Parried now off of the flip turn. So I guess that's what we've got going in our favor here. Here comes Blastoise. Okay, perfect. Probably not too invested then, if that did that much damage. So I'm going to go into Magneton. I'm actually going to click Thunderbolt here. Yeah, prior to Grassy Terrain, yeah, I don't think you're that invested, so I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. Because I feel like you'd live a Volt Switch. So we'll get a big Analytic Thunderbolt off. Okay, that's fine. Goes back out into Rillaboom. Yep. Okay. Okay. About 25%. If there's a high horsepower coming out, you know, so be it. Let's go in Amorous. Let's go in Amorous. Let's dance. Let's dance. Getting aggressive and going for the U-turn. Knock off. Okay. Okay. I don't think you have anything that you want to do to me, so let's just get Moonblast chip off. Let's just start breaking a little bit. Sneasler, there's not a Moonblast. Ceruledge is the Moonblast answer here. And anytime Ceruledge comes in, I go immediately into Grafaiai. Yep. Good damage. Good damage. Double. Okay, I guess that's how you hit an Amorous. I guess that's how you could do that. Now I'm in glide range, which I don't like. So let's go Alomomola here. Yeah, I mean, that's how you're going to hit an Amorous is with Double Edge. So U-turn, knock off Double Edge, Grassy Glide, Woodhammer. Do you have the Glide, or are you going to sack this? Grassy Glide. Okay, so we know the full set. We have how many turns of terrain left? 1 turn of terrain left. Okay. So let's just get a slow flip out. Yep, knocks off my EV. That's unfortunate. Is what it is. Bound to happen at some point. All right. I will go back out into an Amorous. Yep, you'll get your recovery here. I feel like you do want to save this, though. Do you not? Is that presumptive of me to assume that you want to keep this around? No, attack what's in front of me. Attack what's in front of me. Should have went for a Calm Mind. That's okay. That's okay. I still get damage off. Sarah Ledge is the... Yep, Sarah Ledge is the resist. 25% or so. Grafaiai every time. I'm not taking a Shadow Sneak. I'm not taking a Poltergeist. I'm going to take a Swords Dance or a Bulk Up if they go for it. I'm not playing these games. There's Shadow Sneak. Okay, perfect. So we can get a Parting Shot off here. I also don't mind encoring them into Shadow Sneak. Withdraws. Okay, that's fine. Parting Shot would have been the better play. Sneasler comes out. That is fine by me. I don't think you go for a close combat here. I'm going to Parting Shot. Ah, good read, good read, good read. Okay, Sneasler. Oh, I thought I was getting close combated to death. And we lived. That's crazy. Okay, good, 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 good. So you're now -1. Can an Amorous take that hit from full? I'm at what, 43? I'm at 14%. Close combat still has a chance to knock me out, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go into Dragapult. Let's go on to Dragapult, and then I am going to hard swap into an Amorous here on maybe Zapdos coming in. Zapdos or Gardevoir coming in. Yep. Keep that intact. In comes the Gardevoir. Yep. Doesn't want to take the Dragon move. Are you Trace? You have to be Trace, right? Yep. Okay. All right, we'll go on to an Amorous. I'll try to drop a Moonblast off here. We'll figure out if Gardevoir is Scarf or not. Let's see what she wants to do. Okay, not Scarf. Mystical Fire. All right. Gardevoir KOs Enamorus with Mystical Fire. Okay. We'll go on to Magneton here. This is where I think something like Flash Cannon's pretty good damage. On the off chance you are... Actually, how much did that... Because from Enamorus, should that not have done more? Yeah, you're also Assault Vest on this, so I'm going to go for a Steel Beam here to take you down. All right, perfect. Oh! Yep, okay. That is like max HP, max special defense AV. KO's Magneton with Mystical Fire. Okay. All right. All right. Good to know, though. Good to know. So does that mean that you are not faster than Mamoswine? I have to assume not. I have to assume not, right? I have to assume not, and I am going to go for a Trailblaze. Vacuum Wave is cool. The Vacuum Wave crit is cool. All right, Mamoswine KO's Gardevoir. That's cool. That also probably tells her that I am absolutely Assault Vest. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna go Dragapult here. I think you have to CC. Gardevoir is gone, though, so that frees up Dragapult immensely. U-turn, okay. I think if Sarledge comes in, I think I need to attack it. Shadow Sneak never kills me. Shadow Sneak never kills me. And Dragon Darts always kills max HP. So I'm going to go for Dragon Darts here. Shadow Snake from Max Tech Jolly does 47 to 55. I've got a lot of HP investment. So unless this is the random Scarf Poltergeist with Shadow Sneak, I'm okay to click darts. Withdraws. Okay, something's taking a hit. Rillaboom. Rillaboom wants it. Okay. Maybe it's Grassy Seed Sarledge? I think even a +1 Dragon Dart still has a great chance to knock it out. All right. Dragapult KO's Rillaboom with darts. Is it Grassy Seed Sarledge? What do you got for me? Lummel's a pretty full health to be able to take hits. Blastoise comes out. I think I have to go Grafaiai here on like a Shell Smash. Just to not lose, because Banded Dragon Darts does not knock out Blastoise. Banded Outrage would have, but Banded Dragon Darts does not. There's the Shell Smash. Beautiful. All right. Were you White Herb? I don't think I saw the White Herb pop, though. However, I am now faster than you. I didn't see a White Herb. But I am faster, and we'll go for an Encore. Withdraws Blastoise. Said to hell with it. I'm out of here. In comes Zapdos. Okay. Let's take my damage on this. +2. Gunk Shot is doing 56 to 66 to this thing. Oh, so close. Good damage, though. Good damage, good damage. There's the Thunderbolt. All right. Grafaiai did great there. Zapdos KOs Grafaiai with Thunderbolt. Zapdos dies to Grafaiai. Gunk Poison. Okay. Best mode of operations here, I want to say, is Dragapult. Ceruledge, Blastoise, and Sneasler left. In comes Sneasler. Okay. Dragon Darts will always kill you. And then Sneak kills me on the return, though. If you go for Throat Chop. So let's go out into Alomomola here. Shadow Claw. Okay. That's right, we've seen that. Alright, Alomomola needs to stay healthy, though, because that's the trick to beating Sneasler here. So at the very least, I can still get a slow flip turn off and get my Regenerator back. And bring in, like, Banded Dragapult to click Dragon Darts. In comes Blastoise. Yep. All right. Now, Banded Dragon Darts to this Blastoise. To 78 to 92. And you are not where I want you to be at, unfortunately. I could get a U-turn off. Banded Outrage puts me into Shadow Sneak, but Shadow Sneak wouldn't kill me. I think I need to keep Dragapult around here. So let's U-turn. Let's Banded U-turn here. I believe this is where Mamoswine goes down. Or comes in and knocks it out with a huge, huge hit. There's the Shell Smash again. Okay. So at -1, Quick Attack does 31 to 36 to Blastoise. So I need Ice Shard to do a fair amount of damage here. Ice Shard does 16 to 19. I gotta hope. I think it's a little too high. Here comes the Surf. Blastoise KOs Mamo with Surf. Do you knock out a Lomomola at +2? I have no Assault Vest. So let's go for yeah, flip turn at -1. Does about 10%. I need to bring you down in a quick attack range. Whoo! Okay. All right. It's going to come down to a roll here. Quick attack does 31 to 36 to max H or to offensive Blastoise here. All right. Let's go. Quick attack tech worked out well. All right. I don't think we have enough pieces left to finish this, but we can certainly try. Because I think a Swords Dance here seals the game from Ceruledge. Yep. Swords Dance seals the game there. Yep, because Bitter Blade is going to knock out a Lomomola. Ah, damn. Damn. I feel like we played really well. I feel like it was just a lot of offense that I just could not push through. Yep, there's the Bitter Blade. All right. Ceruledge KOs Aloe with Bitter Blade. Yep, and then it's going to take down Dragapult with Shadow Sneak. Oh, good game. Good game. I think a little bit more attack investment on Grafaiai would have helped us out there and putting down Zapdos. Because I think we would have been in a really big spot there. But I also think the HP investment that we had on there was critical to living that close combat earlier. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to click Outrage, but I always die to a +2 Shadow Sneak. So, definitely think we played a lot better overall, quite honestly. I think that I just needed to get out of my head a little bit, and I think the... here comes the... Just in case I have the banded Shadow Sneak, I think here comes the Terra Grass. Which wasn't a bad idea. Not a bad idea by any means. I get Shadow Sneak? I get Shadow Sneak. Or Sucker Punch, maybe? I think is the other one. Yeah, Sucker Punch. Okay. Yeah, there's their own Shadow Sneak. Any chance? Any chance? Nope. Nope. That's going to be 2-0. Ceruledge. Ceruledge is a good mon. Ceruledge is a great mon. No, I think we played a lot better, quite honestly. I think we gave her a run for her money. I think, like I said, I think the Grafaiai could have been just a hair more optimized to live the close combat and then also turn around and knock out the Zapdos. I'm not sure if that was a roll on Zapdos or not. We did do a lot of damage at +2 with Gunk Shot, so I'm really proud of how I played, quite honestly. Gray's a fantastic player. I think that, we gave her a really good run for her money. I think there's a lot of good dancing going on. I feel really good about this, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, leave a like. If you guys are new and you want more Draft League content, subscribe. We got more Draft League coming your way tomorrow with the Almost Any Ability League and the SPL. That's right, 2 Draft Leagues, because I'm insane. But all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be great, do great, and I'll see you guys next week for game day. Later.